spawning in the blue color with a bit of map rotation. Playing as English, this is MarineLord. Welcome to EGC's tournament, Genesis. This is currently the quarterfinals. We've got TheMista on the other side. You know him, you love him. Playing as the French. It's a pretty good pick for this matchup. And I believe the map is Lipany, the one that's for you Age of Mythology people that no doubt will be watching this on my channel. This is like Alfheim, basically, right? So you got these little cliffs over here too. Over here, it's basically like Arabia. It's a totally open map, but there's these tiny little cliffs. And to you Age of Mythology deathmatch people watching, I think this is like the DM version of Alfheim, actually. Good thing that you can't put flying units over these and drop some siege weapons. PTSD intensifies. Anyway, TheMista's build is just gonna be totally standard. He's putting 8 villagers on the sheep, and rest are gonna go to gold. 3 or 4 villagers for gold actually, and the rest to food. For English, it's gonna be pretty similar actually, and that's gonna mean it's gonna be a very fast advance from MarineLord. Not with a TC in mind, maybe with a TC in mind, we shall see. I'd be very surprised if Mista had plans for a TC though. In terms of scouting, we've got 4 sheep, and we've got 1 sheep only from Marine. Did he dump them? Yeah, he did dump them. Okay, that's good. By the way, little trick. If you've got the sheep selected, you can just click them on a building and they'll run there. So they're pretty fast. You don't need to go all the way home with your scout. You can just park your scout here. You select your sheep, you send them to your mining camp, and then, I guess, through the house to the TC. So your scout can go on and get sheep faster. Mista currently has 5 sheep, but does he have enough at home? Yes, it does look like he has a second scout. What? Excuse me? TheMista coming out with the strats here. Okay. So, we're gonna have a council hall. Surprise, surprise. And we're gonna have a school of cavalry. Double surprise. Mista's keeping on the gold, so this is gonna be absolutely a heavy fighting in H2. There is not going to be any sneaky double town center or anything like that. It would be almost impossible to hold in this matchup, to be honest, if the other player is going aggressive, so I can totally understand that. Walling is very expensive in the game, and that tree is having a seizure, so that's nice. The game is about to really kick off though. Mista building this with 3 villagers, and actually MarineLord only using 2. So they're looking to bank up their resources. Normally people would go up to like 4 or something. But these guys would know better than the others, so I'll trust their decision. Again, MarineLord is #1 on the leaderboard. He played so much, he streamed so much. TheMista, not so high up on the leaderboard. However, he's been training in secret. His last ranked game was 10 days ago. So just keep that in mind. He must have practiced a lot. And TheMista doesn't do half measures, so it will be very interesting to see what he does. Now, with MarineLord's background being more SC2 based and TheMista's being more Age of Empires based, TheMista also has a StarCraft background, but it was long ago. He's mostly known for his AoE performance. It shall be interesting to see these 2 titans clash. My goodness, that build time is long. But you do need the economy to pump out those longbows. There are gonna be 9 villagers. 9. And I'm a little bit surprised actually that MarineLord didn't leave a single villager on gold, because you're gonna want those blacksmith upgrades at some point. Better to get it now, right? Just need like 3 more rounds of gold. And he's got it. Now the council hall produces longbows at double speed. 7-second training time. It's nuts. It's so good. It's like having 2 archer ranges from the very beginning. He's also got a very defensively placed barracks. So that's gonna be pumping the veteran spearmen. English doesn't get spearmen in the Dark Ages, so as soon as hardened spearmen. As soon as they're H2, they can make the hardened spearmen for free. You don't need to upgrade. It's insane. Mista is gonna be having an outpost here for the gold villagers to protect them. He really needs to keep the gold going in order to produce more and more royal knights. But once the spearman number goes a little bit out of control, he's gonna be having a real tough time here, making this work. So the outpost is absolutely essential, and it's really good for MarineLord also that he's moving out. Now France does have a little bit of an economic advantage here though, with the villagers training 1 second faster. Well, let's see if we can make anything happen with that. The villagers are getting pew-pewed. I believe it takes 9 shots for them to die. Knights garrisoning into the outpost so the villagers can keep working. Awesome. Yeah, he doesn't want to take damage on the knights anyway, although France does have the chivalry upgrade for cavalry. It's for the royal knights only actually. They would heal 1 HP per second out of combat, but he doesn't want to get that just yet. It's fine to... Oh, look at this, he's even making a mining camp away from the fight. It's cheap with France, right? It's only 25 wood instead of the 50 of other civs. Looks like the longbow takes a little bit of damage, but they have the upgrade, right? Funny that doesn't show from TheMista's point of view. They have to set up camp. I think I've seen it there, so they can heal as well, and in combat too, not just out of it. Yeah, there it is. Just need to stay in the circle. If you leave the circle, the campfire expires, so that's a rip. Are we gonna see a blacksmith? There it is. And I'd predict that we're gonna see the steeled arrow first. MarineLord is now gathering, and he used his gold on something. What was it? Bro, what did you use your gold on? I really don't know what he uses gold on, but he had more before. Did he get his villager textile swing? No. I really can't figure it out, guys. He had more gold than this. And I don't see any other upgrade running. Well, I don't know then. So Mista has 5 knights now, and he's got professional scouts with France. This is insane. I mean, England is gonna have map control for a really long time. And getting these deer is just gonna make it so that TheMista can stay around his town center. Maybe he shouldn't be going after this specific spot though. He does see it. The scouts have insane vision, by the way, so it's a very good idea to keep them together with your knights and your archers and stuff to just make sure that you can take the right kind of fights. And yeah, Mista is already retreating from the gold mine. He knows he can't take that kind of fight with the villagers there. Longbows will just pick them off, but yeah, losing 1 archer for position is maybe worth it. MarineLord has so many spearmen though. This is definitely a kind of English play that I myself struggle against, so I'm really interested in seeing what Mista does to deal with this. And I really like the idea of the professional scouts. Sorry about that. Fight going down. It looks like a very good trade for MarineLord has happened here. Trying to heal up here. But is it gonna be enough? MarineLord producing so many more units. And currently the villager count is definitely in favor of TheMista by 2. As that's the... I think he lost a villager somewhere. Honestly. Like, France produces by 1 second faster, so every 18 seconds you're gonna have an extra villager. Oh, sorry, every 18 villagers you're gonna have an extra. So you should have 2 more villagers, but the longbows can very easily just go in, poke at 1 villager, heal up by the campfire. And now the archers are gonna garrison so that the villagers can keep working. Pretty good idea because the archers can't engage the longbows anyway. Let's see if Mista can produce any more knights. He still does not have chivalry, so he can't engage this very easily. But the last of the hunt is being gathered by the scouts, bringing it home. But I'm getting corrected in the chat. Actually, the villager production is a lot faster in H2, but it's still showing as 17. Oh right, it's 20 normally. Okay, yeah. This is 3 seconds faster. Mista must have missed the villager cycle somehow due to night spending or something. Well, let's see if those 14 longbows can make something happen while on the other side. But Mista is looking for the counter-offensive. Gonna get that scout easily enough. MarineLord just not looking to commit right now. Mista is 41 villagers versus 39. So once again, Mista is in an economic advantage for now. Especially as long as MarineLord doesn't farm. That's what he really needs, but the longbows are so expensive in wood, it takes a long time for England to really get going with that. He's focusing way more heavily on the spearman production now than the longbows, it seems. Getting that second barracks up. How about doing the upgrades? Oh! He thinks he's the head enough to get siege engineering? Okay, how many spearmen is that? We're looking at 12 spears and 19 longbows, so it's terrifying. TheMista has 11 knights and 12 archers right now. 13 archers with that. Scouts once again spot this. Yeah, it's very, very obvious that MarineLord is hard committing here on 1TC. Is gonna lose a longbow, it seems. But every time he shoots, he kills stuff. Spearmen are gonna block there. But the knights are getting reasonably on top of this. There is still no chivalry, it seems, from TheMista, as these knights are fairly hurt to begin with. The spears are getting kind of taken care of though, and it looks like he's in a great position. It's very funny that MarineLord actually didn't make this outpost earlier. It would have helped so much. Mista only sacrificing like 5 knights here for almost all of those spearmen. Seems like a pretty decent trade. Especially with that outpost in mind. Maybe even make another outpost? I don't know. MarineLord definitely does not have the economy to make rams. He would have to keep making units right now. So I'm not sure if I like him getting that upgrade just yet. I would have liked him to get the armor for ranged units first. Well, ranged armor is what I mean. But now the archers are empowered by the network of castles, which gives him 25% extra attack speed. So a lot more shooting and scooting going on right now, with TheMista not really able to make the knights work. It looks like MarineLord might take away this game with the English longbows. Damn! Knights are all fallen. So all that TheMista has now is his villagers. 45 versus 49. So he's ahead by 4 vills. That's it. That's all he's got. MarineLord is gathering from the middle here. The hunt is definitely giving him a bit of a reprieve, as he can delay now the food transition timing. Hell, he has so much map control, he could probably go for the boar. There's the first ram. He's transitioned a lot of villagers from the berries right now to the wood. He's refreshing his lumber camp as well. And he goes in with just the one ram. He sure can do that. He's got unit superiority. We're looking at 20 longbows right now. Network of castles did not seem to activate just yet. Oh, it did, it did. They do have 25% more attack speed still. These knights are really struggling hard to make anything happen. So many of them falling. Only a bunch of spearmen get traded away, and TheMista is once again losing villagers, losing longbow, losing archers, losing knights. It's very painful. His blacksmith is gonna get taken down. Although he does have a ranged upgrade, longbows are just better archers, right? With more range, with more attack speed thanks to this outpost. Such a cheap investment, and you get so much for it. Oh, the TheMista scout is getting picked off, both of them, so he can't even steal the food anymore. Okay, maybe the longbows don't want to take the arrow fire, but for whatever reason the TC retargets onto the ram. You cannot micro this. It's supposedly a bug. I hope it's a bug, but the TheMista is looking pretty much screwed here. He's got whatever knights he could out, and the villagers are going after the ram, getting one shot in and garrisoning back, but two knights fall. And I think MarineLord is very, very happy with these trades he's making. He could be actually making two more ramps. They cost 300 each. Is that a transition to stone? Where are they going? Looks like they're gonna farm around the mill, which is giving the farm some extra gather speed. Looks like it's 20% in H2. Is that just repaired? I think he just repaired it with the villager. Okay. Well, here we go again. Where are the knights? There are 6 knights and 8 archers. I don't think that's enough to take on 24 longbows. Okay, 7 knights now. They've got chivalry, so that's something. Is it gonna be anywhere near enough? MarineLord kiting back, doing whatever damage he can. He loses some longbows for each knight, but the knights are dropping faster than the longbows, it seems. The town center has taken severe damage already. And I'm just wondering, isn't it more worth it for this attack to come from the back there? It should be easy enough for MarineLord to gold choke somehow and get around the wood and make an outpost in the back or something. But anyway, he's getting so many knight kills. I don't think any of that matters. He can just take these direct fights with the longbows and a little bit of spearmen that are trickling in slowly as well. In fact, MarineLord could maybe even consider making barracks on the front line at this point. He's just so far ahead. The TheMista is gathering from berries everywhere. He's got this outer gold mine, which is also not known by MarineLord just yet. If we just take a look at his vision. Oops. I want to play at normal speed, please. Sorry for that click. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know about it. He's scouted it before, but he doesn't know of the villagers there. And anyway, TheMista is going to resign as every single one of his knights died while we're looking around here. In the blue color, already winning game 1. Guy's insane. MarineLord is playing one of my favorites. This is the Rus. And on the other side, in the red color, relocating, this is TheMista. Playing as the Mongols. Got himself a pretty good batch of trees here, but the gold mine is a little bit further away, so a little bit unfortunate that the gold mine... Oh, wait a second. Huh, do you guys think it would be ever worth it to not go for a wood first opening with Mongols? I know everyone wants the OVU, but wouldn't it be worth it to get a fast advance or something? I don't know. I guess you save on everything like this. It's definitely the meta. Anyway, we've got a quick hunting cabin out of MarineLord and a quick lumber camp as well, with already 4 villagers on it. So he's splitting everything he's made. And unfortunately, he's having to force drop. He's not able to make villagers right now, but there it is. Running around with the scout, trying to find whatever sheep he can. Not too many just so far. And he hasn't been getting any bounty just yet. TheMista is looking around with the can to try and find something. He's making a stable already. So I'm curious if that's gonna be for scouts or if that's gonna be for horsemen. It would be very interesting to see some kind of horseman play, but this base is super compact and protected. There's the outer gold vein, however, which is interesting. And yeah, there it is. MarineLord is reset microing very nicely on those scouts. Didn't, however, find his back food source. So the problem here is that although it's revealed, he has technically seen the deer. If he hasn't looked, the icon isn't showing up on the minimap whatsoever because they're put into a single icon, unlike in the other age games where each of them is a brown blip on the minimap. But yeah, this roost build is actually so standard, guys. So you just get your very quick scout, and you get a quick wooden fortress against Mongols because both protects you and it boosts your wood income. So fantastic. And I think you can just do this blindly pretty much. We're gonna see double scat out of TheMista, so he doesn't need to reset micro the animation. But MarineLord is still getting it done. Damn, he just wiped that so fast. Be a good idea to start looking for some wolves as well. The wolves are worth 25 gold each. So you get 3 wolves, that's actually better than getting one of these hunt camps. Did Mr. just make 4 scouts? Oh my god. Okay, he's full committing to scouts, I think. But now he's... No, he's transitioning to fast H2. So it's just gonna be the 4 scouts to look around on the map. Plus a can. Maybe he can torch a building? I don't know. It's gonna be very difficult with this. Again, Roos doesn't need to gather gold because they get the bounty from every huntable animal that they kill. And we're gonna see the golden gate out of MarineLord. Technically, he has enough gold to go for a quick town center. I'll be curious to see if that's what he's gonna do. Could place it right back here. Or maybe even on the gold mine between the trees. I do think you want a little bit of that. Okay, Mista is gonna reset micro as well. Very nicely denying at least 40 gold. I think it was actually 60 that he managed to deny. Very good. But MarineLord still gained 241 gold total. Mista is going to advance to H2 with the deer stones. That's gonna give him the Yam network ability, speeding up the units that are coming out of his base. It's currently 3 scouts versus 4 scouts. Plus the can. Yeah, I think the scouts you want on top of this right away. Maybe they can even torch the mining camp. That would be sick. But of course, MarineLord can use the repair from the villagers. But yeah, here is Mista bullying them. Is this in TC range? Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to... Wow, that's so unlucky. Okay. Got some counter torching on the Ovu, but that is powerful. That is a very tanky building to try and torch. No horsemen being made, very interestingly. I'm gonna see a barracks. What is TheMista's plan here? Is he gonna go fast H3 and just go knights? Or lancers? I don't think so. There are already 6 scouts. So I think he's just waiting for his next round. He's having to obviously produce villagers. He's overqueuing a little bit though. So if he wants to buy units, I think that's a mistake. But does he really? I mean, we're gonna be seeing double stable out of MarineLord, not any town center play. And yeah, he's looking for that H3, guys. He's almost there. Just needs to keep the gold mine safe somehow. He can always sell the wood he's getting though. Now, the way the Golden Gate works is it's a market, but it's a supermarket. So all you gotta do is wait for the supplies to accrue, and then you click this, you sell 100 wood for 150 gold. It's a very, very favorable exchange. The market would be not even half as good. We'd have to spend a lot of extra money. Wait, he's making knights. He's not going fast stage 3. Okay. Let's see where you can go with that. Wow, TheMista has so many scouts now. It's ideal for the professional scouts upgrade. He's waiting for it. He's getting them. MarineLord is not going to be able to do the same with at least some of these. TheMista swooping up this immediately. Then he can get this one. So he can get at least his side of stuff. And the way you do that is you simply shift click through the animals. The drop-off is a little bit wonky, so you're gonna have to do some separate orders for that, and he's doing it. You see, he separated those last two. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to drop off, but the villagers immediately switch off of wood because the sheep actually expired. There's no more. And MarineLord is not going to be bothering with the professional scouts, it seems. He's got wheelbarrow? What? I mean, it affects all the villagers, but that is expensive, dude. Oh, I think these scouts should take the fight. That's so many scouts from Mista. He should take the fight. MarineLord knows he can't. He can't do that. Scouts have a bonus damage against scouts, by the way. In case you didn't know. Plus 10. Oh, but here's the knights. The early knights from MarineLord are doing work. Might be able to pick off one of those scouts. Running away at 2 hit points. Oh, the spears are gonna block for them. Dude, watch out. Don't lose scouts for this. You have enough spears. They're basic spearmen. They're not hardened yet. But they're being produced 2 at a time, so that is sick. So many carcasses are being brought home by TheMista there. And yeah, he's having to drop off twice again. So annoying. Okay, MarineLord is just happy to keep making knights. Now, unlike with France, you don't get healing until you're in H3. So this damage on the knights is permanent. I'm not sure I love it. I do think I don't love this build. Some archers would have been essential for MarineLord to make this happen. But anyway, what's the villager count? 32 versus 32. Very even. And we've got a blacksmith already. Didn't do anything with it yet. I'm curious what he will be doing with it. TheMista is going H3 is what he's gonna do with the blacksmith. You don't need it for that, actually. He's just like one drop away from actually making that happen. And then you can get knights, lancers, which are gonna be better than the early knights from MarineLord, who's, however, also not going to be stuck on H2. Just needs one more food drop off from every villager he's got. And then he's good. So he's just made a bunch of knights, honestly. Looks like he canceled the remaining ones. He made 7. Or did he lose one? Was it 8 to begin with? I don't know. You know what? We can check. Yes, MarineLord did lose a unit. It might have been a knight. Ooh, is he gonna get that charge off? Second attempt. And... oh, the scouts get away. And tell you what, they heal out of combat. It's nuts. It's funny, it doesn't say how much they heal by. Annoying. And anyway, they're gonna be dropping another load of carcasses down here. You know, I'd love for Mista to come over here and swoop up the remaining carcasses. That would deny them to MarineLord, but I wonder if he actually knows about them. He should do. I think he's been there. Actually, his map vision is sick. Like, he scouted everything. Transporting the girl away. Obviously wants to drop off to the step readout, which increases the amount of resources you drop off from gold mines by 50%. So for 10 gold, you get 15 gold. It's magic. Spearman gonna try to get after this, but not gonna happen. We're gonna see a market as well. And we've got Lancer production from the Mista. Should be seeing veteran spearmen soon. And we've got the... Oh! What? We got the super upgrade. I am not sure what the difference there is, actually. And now I can't check it, so that's a rip. Anyway, he will be able to make spring golds directly, so if he wants to do that, he can. We're gonna see the Abbey of the Trinity. So with that, MarineLord will also be heading to age 3, while he's also getting the ranged upgrades. Probably for horse archers, actually. And with the Abbey of Trinity, he'll be making warrior monks, going after those relics early on. But I think Mista might be looking out for that. Yeah, warrior monk already in production, and if you can get all of the relics, that's actually sick. But I do think you need another monastery for the remaining relics. I think you can garrison 4 in one. Not sure. Is it free? There's a horse archers. Funnily enough, no knight upgrade. And we're gonna see a wooden fortress here. So as to just deny any scouts trying to get in there. But yeah, spring odds, as I said, are being made by the Mista. It's a very, very powerful unit, especially when massed. But 1 by 1, it's not that impressive, but they still do 60 damage, right? And that happens against knights who will only have 3 armor, maybe 4 if he upgrades that. It's a lot of damage, guys. You got a lot of spring odds. You start one-shotting the knights, you just shift click them, and keep spearmen in front. You should be good to go. So 4 spring odds is 240 damage. That's enough to one-shot a knight. No, it's not. You need 5 spring odds due to the armor. Ah, I do get corrected. There are 3 spots in the Abbey of the Trinity for relics. I do wish there was a tooltip for garrison limit. Okay, there's the 5th spring ult from the Mista. He knows what he's doing. Oh, please finish it. We also got a few men-at-arms from him. It's gonna be going up against horse archers and no more knights. Uh-oh. Dude, this is terrifying for MarineLord. I'm not sure this is quite right. The knights are looking for some kind of counter-attack raid. And there's gonna be a ram as well now. And MarineLord has to pull off the gold mine. He's working on this one now. So at least he knows what's going on. Are these normal knights now? Yes. They have 230 maximum health, but they're pretty hurt. First relic is in. You're gonna see any more. Ooh, MarineLord is housed at the worst possible moment. He's making houses, but only with 1 villager each. Uh-oh. Now there are 6 spring holds for TheMista here. It's crazy. 7 in the moment. Yeah, they can also one-shot the villagers, I'm pretty sure. Takes 2 shots to kill the horse archers, and he's actually not protecting the spring holds very well, so MarineLord is gonna get in there and kill one, but at what cost? He's already lost several knights, he's lost several horse archers, and it's not gonna get any nicer. Dude, those spring holds are doing work on the villagers with the scouts spotting through the forest. Oh man, that is brutal. Still no additional warrior monks. So the only one is gonna be sticking with the rest of the army, and MarineLord just not quite sure what to do. He's had to abandon his wood, he's had to abandon his gold. So much villager idle time caused by TheMista, who's currently up 50 villagers against 40. There's no second TC from MarineLord. He's not been able to really use the Golden Gate landmark for any of that stuff. As you can see, he has 0 stone. And almost no wood right now because of that transfer and villager massacre. I'm just not sure that Roos can make enough stuff to to come back here. Like, there's no food sources, dude. Having to farm out there, having so many idols. And oh, this is gonna be a bad fight. Horse archers have 14 damage, however. They don't care about lancers. They don't care about man-at-arms, but that many springles, you can't fight that. And MarineLord has to tap out TheMista again. Takes game 2. Spawning in the blue color in game 3. This is MarineLord. Playing as the Mongols. And on the other side, playing in the blue. The other blue, it's red. This is TheMista. Well, if there's any map that this can be done on with the Mongols, it's this. I think this is the Noob River, guys. I am not 100% confident about it, but I think that's the map. Loading screen doesn't tell me, so good luck guessing. Anyway, we got double scout from TheMista. Again, he's done it again. He's just trying to swoop up every single thing he can. We're gonna see a very fast dock out of MarineLord. He's getting that 150 as quickly as possible. But dude, oh my god, Mista just hit the jackpot with that. Look at this. 9 sheep. Ooh, there's so many sheep. He's getting the big batches everywhere. He's got 15 sheep on scouts right now. Oh, it's Mongolian Heights. Thank you very much for the update. Noob River. I'm the only noob around here. And next time we'll just hit the escape menu to find out. Okay. I do wish they showed the map on the loading screen though, seriously. Okay, for our Frenchie, it's just gonna be a very strange build. Is Mista gonna just rush land? What? With a little bit of wood. This is strange, to say the least. He's not even gonna bother with the ships. Because he knows that if Mongol makes a single barracks around the Ovu, they're gonna have double production on spearmen. And you can't match that. So maybe going for a quick land grab is probably the best way to play this. Yeah, very smart by Mista. I like it for sure. And he's even protecting his gold mine with an outpost early on. So that's what the wood was for. And now we know. He needs the lumber camp later on anyway, and it's cheap at France, so you might as well. Later on, he can transition back to wood a little bit. But yeah, he has so many sheep. Look at that. Would like to select just the sheep, please. 21 sheep. Oh my goodness. Each of them 250 food in them. Is that 4,000? No, it's 5,000 and 500 total. He's gathering from 2 right now. Don't do math on stream, guys. It's always embarrassing. There's gonna be even more. Man's insane. Meanwhile, MarineLord on 9 total sheep. Probably 10. Probably had one more there. But yeah, crazy. So how many fishing ships are we talking about? 4 fishing ships. Gonna be 5 by the time he manages to make it to H2. It's got a very convenient gold here. Being able to gather from all 3 resources without making a single gur. So our Mongols are feeling good. And we got the School of Cavalry coming in for TheMista with 4 villagers on it. Yep. There's gonna be only 2 villagers on the Deerstone, so our Mongols are not gonna have to rush it as much because, you know, you can just keep making a spearman now. You don't have to mess around too much here. Is that villager gonna put down the barracks, or he doesn't have the wood? There it is. So I'm curious, is this gonna be actually still nights? It's also interesting to see that TheMista is not planting a tower or anything. Um, you know, if you can make it to H2 in a safe way, I think it's worth it to make the dock, because if you can crank out a single Hulk, then all of this is dead. But the Missa is just gonna make do with an outpost and probably make a knight soon. It's a little bit of food. Ah, he's overqueuing the villas. Got double spearman production though, and that's gonna match this very, very much. Quick archer range from the Mista, so potentially no knights. Okay. Color me intrigued, and he makes a knight. Okay. He's just overqueued the vills. Yeah, he keeps doing this. Mista just... I don't know, he does this every game. He overqueues the vills and then he can't make units. It's not great. He's such a good player though, overall. He makes such great decisions. He's got super high APM, so he can be everywhere at once. Just his villager overqueuing thing. That's the only real mistake I can see from the Mista in every game. Eight spears. Yeah, that should protect this dock easy. Mista even canceled the outpost actually. And with the one knight looking around, I mean, he's gonna have a tough time. Especially with the Khan knowing where it is. Hardened Khan. Well, we just got a host from Matrius, so thank you very much. It's not showing up on stream right now, but much appreciated anyway. Welcome to all the Age of Mythology peoples. Khan got charged, I think, there. But yeah, score is currently still 1-1. And the loser of this will be taking home $750. The winner is moving up the bracket to the semifinals, however, and will be getting $1,500 minimum. Whereas the person in the finals will be winning $7,000, I believe. I'm not sure what the prize for the second place is gonna be, or the fourth place is. Wait, I just said it. It's 1,500 for the fourth places, and the second place. That's what I don't know. It's gonna be like 3,000, right? $3,000. There you go. Well, anyway, we got 4 archers for MarineLord and so many spearmen. They are hardened spearmen, so they've been upgraded. Must have upgrade, of course. It's very, very worth it. Mango Dye wouldn't be the worst, but they're expensive. Four knights looking for some counter damage. Mista will have to do that because currently he's down villagers. Like 36 villagers here from MarineLord, and I don't think that's counting the fishing boats, which there are 9 off right now. Oh, that's not a fishing boat. There's 8 fishing boats then. Is that all the villagers? 28. So maybe it does count the ships after all. Yeah, you know what, it does. So maybe it's not that bad just yet. Knight's not really able to find the right angles. There's a lot of choke points here. And we've got a blacksmith out of MarineLord. He's going H3 right away, like obviously off of the water economy. These are only shoreline fish here on Mongolian Heights. You don't have any deep water fish, but still. That is a lot of extra food that you'll be getting. Whereas your villagers can just be tasked on mostly wood and gold. With a little bit of sheeping going on, but actually he's got 16 villagers on food. What is going on with that? He does not need that necessarily, right? Unless he's still mass producing units. It's gonna be double archer production. Obviously, with the archery range put next to the Ovu, you just get these options where you spend a little bit of extra stone but can get a double production of the unit going for the cost of 1. Stone is, after all, being gathered for free by the Ovu. And he's looking to do a bit of a counter attack. Whereas Mista has been looming around his side, but doesn't look like he got anything done. He's got quite a bunch of knights. Does the Mista have chivalry? Not yet, so the knights aren't regenerating just yet. We got double professional scouts once more. Mista loves doing this with any civ, it seems. And for those asking in the Twitch chat, no, this is the this is the quarterfinals right now. I should probably put that in the title. For those of you on YouTube, it will be easier because it's definitely gonna be in the title. Pro gaming move, just watch on YouTube. So, more knights for Mista? Advance for Mista? What's it gonna be? Seems to me that he's just getting chivalry and he's happy to go to age 3, but can he actually get that done? There aren't that many Mongol units outside of his base, so I think he can. But meanwhile, MarineLord has advanced. And he's got the step readout. Now the problem with this TC placement is that the villagers seemingly prefer to put their resources down in the TC. That is a huge mistake, as the step readout generates 50% extra resources. It's kind of like an empower mechanic from the Chinese, or in Age of Mythology, you see it with the pharaohs. 50% extra resources when you drop off here. But the villagers dropping there, so painful to watch. He's gotta realize that soon though, right? Mr. still doing the professional hunting, and these scouts will be taking the carcasses home to the TC, making the villagers stay safe. And we're gonna see the Guild Hall from France. It's the Mista's choice. So the way this building works is you select a resource, that's what it will be generating. But you don't get them directly. It's deposited in this building. And the more you have in the building, the faster the generation will happen. And then you have a pickup button, which transfers it to your bank directly. We've got veteran archers now. We've got veteran spearmen. They are highly upgraded. Archers having 8 attack is pretty damn scary. Mista's archers, meanwhile, have just 5 attack. Of course, his knights are scary, but they're not high in number just yet. And there's been no raiding whatsoever. So MarineLord has been enjoying this massive economy on the water at the same time. And he's just taking down the archery range, going after the School of Cavalry right now, which is still producing knights, but it shouldn't be living for too long with the ram shooting away at it. And we're gonna see a forward outpost as well being built by our Mongol player, even forwarding his Deerstone's building, which is a little bit strange because it helps the reinforcements get across the map, and then the outposts themselves still generate the YAM network, which makes his units faster. But Mista is getting in with a pretty good charge. He's got veteran Royal Knights now, which are full-on knights. 230 health and stuff, 190 and stuff like that. But the spearmen are getting a really good engage here. Oh my goodness, actually they're getting fully surrounded, and Mista is trying to poke away at the archers, but is that going to be anywhere near enough? The archers shooting at the archers, the easier target, of course. And it looks like there are enough spears here for MarineLord to just make this happen. The Khan has been killed, but no matter. As long as he gets this done, even the scouts are trying to get into the fight. The Mista pushes this back for now, but at what cost? Damn, dude, those unit healths are low. They're low. There's a lot of archers here, and we should be seeing more double-produced spearmen out of our Mongol player. He has a lot of gold right now. His gold mine is about to expire, so he'll be definitely noticing his problem with the drop-offs and fixing it for the step readout. Surprisingly enough, not a lot of upgrades have been researched. He's got the wood upgrade. And knights are looking for another attack somewhere across the map, maybe. Light junk will be covering this easy enough. Got an outpost coming up. What's the kill death? So actually TheMista killed 29 units and only lost 19. That's not too bad, but he lost knights. So the value of this is gonna be very, very different looking. And also, gotta keep in mind, the MarineLord actually gathered a lot more resources. But right now, TheMista, gathering from all that hunt in his main base, is getting a bit of a spike on food. No doubt he's must have gotten the... No, he didn't get survival technique. It's such a cheap tech. I do wish he got that. But nope, not gonna be the case. Knights are still looking for an attack here. TheMista right now on 58 villagers versus 57, so that's pretty even now somehow. He made up for it with his French advantage, but the Knights getting a pretty good flank, but at the same time getting poked by the spears on the front is rough. They have 6 armor. Absolute chads. Even against 9 damage from the archers, only 3 damage per hit from the archers on those Knights. So MarineLord is gonna need a whole lot more spears if he wants to make this happen. He might not even be able to burn that school of cavalry as it's getting healed at an obnoxious rate. Jeez. Look how fast that repairs. MarineLord has so much gold right now. He probably needs to consider transferring something off of that. And maybe getting something else done. TheMista has the option of making hulks, but not really, as yeah, he's a little bit too broke right now for that. Villager goes away in a puff of smoke. Faster fire rate for a moment. Mista's dock is kinda getting wrecked there, but there are knights going across the map, so you should be able to maybe use that dock as a distraction and hit the gold or something, but I'm not sure that MarineLord cares too much about his gold right now. Okay, I think he finally fixed his distribution there. Yeah, he only has 8 villagers on gold now, so very, very little. And he's mostly gathering food. Now, bear in mind that Mongols don't have farms, they have pastures. They produce sheep automatically, and will be just rallying towards the town center here, where the villagers are working on them. Mista has produced quite a few units, and honestly, like, H3 France is pretty damn good, right? Like, you look at these villagers, 16% production, 16-second production time versus 20 of Mongols. So eventually you just catch up. Even though there's been a water economy, Mista is currently ahead in the villager count. It's just his population that is behind. Gotta be really careful with these knights, they're so expensive. Okay, that light junk should be absolutely lit. It did look so similar to the fishing ships. I actually believed it was a fishing ship. Okay, Mista's starting to have a bunch of idols now. With the food, there's not a lot of hunt he can go to. There's this, I guess, but is it worth the walk time? I think he's just gonna satisfy these villagers by gathering some wood. He just expired the berries too, so that's tough. Oh, there's more berries. Okay, he's good. He's good. He's getting even more berries, and there's some hunt here, so I guess he can split that. Knight's actually not finding too many kills, but if he gets onto that wood line, that could be really, really nice for him. You know, MarineLord has an insanely huge army. None of them home though to defend, and there's no towers. The town center is full. There's a man-at-arms trying to help here. There's a crossbow. Actually, a lot more crossbows would be nice to see. And yeah, MarineLord is pumping that, but the Ovu is gone. So you'd have to relocate to the next Ovu, but there isn't one actually right now. School of Cavalry getting sniped, and MarineLord building ramps right on the front lines. Yeah, there's the AoE actually. I completely missed it. So that's a landmark down. Big problem for Mista. But he's gonna try to engage it with what he's got here. There's a lot of knights, a lot of spears. It's just attack moves. But I think that might be just too many spears for Mista to handle. I don't know. We're looking at 19 hardened spearmen for the Mista. It's 13 knights. Is that gonna be enough? It doesn't look like it, guys. All the archers are dead. Very good snipes by MarineLord. And the knights in the front line are falling. In the back line as well, the Mista has nothing left to deal with this archer spam. He doesn't have extra towers either. So the villagers will have a really rough time trying to engage the rams, which is really the only last defense he's got. The spearmen in the back have killed the knights as well. Only a few of them left. The 2 rams are going to town center. This gold mine is about to expire. It's an easy enough one to move to here. But with MarineLord also being H3, he could be making a war junk. And maybe keep the villagers off. Not sure if the range works out. But anyway, TheMista's TC is down. Only good news for him is he has not lost villagers. Wait, is this? Ah, it's just gonna burn down, of course. It's not gonna completely be destroyed, but you need to fully repair it to get it back. Which is, it's costly. It takes a lot of time. And most importantly, to regain this ground. MarineLord at the same time is on 67 villagers, so he's still behind on that front, but for how much longer? With Mista not producing anymore, and he's also been using, it looks like, the guild hall resources, food mostly. And there's the vills. But the knights can't beat the spears, man. There's too many. They have 10 attack, plus the 16, 18 versus cavalry actually. So it does scale with the upgrades. Okay, the guild hall is safe for now. But now there's crossbows. The crossbows are, they have damage against armored units. Bonus damage 6. So, yeah, heavy knights here are gonna be struggling. What MarineLord needs to do is just keep rallying across the map. We could be seeing a bunch of Mango die as well at this point, honestly. But he finds the Mista's gold mine, and that is it, I think. Mista has no way to keep producing units anymore. He can make one more knight, and then that's it. Villagers have to run. He's not actually moving them, and I think that is gonna be the end as MarineLord just swoops in, takes down the knights. Crossbows are gonna be way too much here, in addition to the spearmen and the archers. Mista is not even moving these anymore. He's just sitting there in disbelief, already preparing for the next game in his head. Is he gonna pick France again? He lost with them twice. The Mongols able to deal with them on Mongolian Heights, their home map, sort of. Not just sort of, but actually. Still holding on, but not for much longer. He's out of resources. He's got 7 stables, but not gonna be able to make use of them. And that's that. MarineLord takes game 3 and is putting the Mista on match points, so he'll have to make something special happen here. In the blue color, we are looking at MarineLord, and he's currently playing as France. And on the other side, I need to do something for this. This is some strange stuff with the yellow color. He's yellow. It's insane. No, no, we've done that. It's the Mista in yellow. Not sure how that happened. And very funnily, the villagers have a red outline. Okay. Is this the mountain pass map? Yes. Very strange little issue that we've got here. This isn't Boulder Bay. Did they make a mistake? Well, I don't think the admins can message them, so I wonder if this is gonna be counting as invalid. But either way, unfortunately, guys, we can't speed this up because there's a spectator delay, and it's just the same France mirror build that you've seen a million times. So we're gonna have to suffer together as the early game kicks off. We've got 5 sheep for TheMista. And 3 sheep for MarineLord. Has he deposited before? No. Oh, he's gonna get a quick lumber camp. Interesting. TheMista is not doing that. He's just going for a really fast advance. Dude, MarineLord is getting unlucky with the scouting path. He is hugging the forest a little bit too much though. But as long as Mista also finds these, that's sick. Wait, TheMista only has the 1 scout right now, right? So yeah, he'll find these as well. And MarineLord once again went the wrong way. Will he be able to find any sheep this way? It looks like no. Yeah, I guess we just got a different map. Yeah, they were supposed to play on Boulder Bay, for whatever reason they're not. Okay. Is it the players choosing the maps? Like, I actually don't know because I couldn't find these rules. School of Cavalry from both players, and MarineLord is actually opting for the berries now. I guess it's good to diversify your food sources, and you can still click the sheep to the mill. They'll run there, and then you can get them with the villagers. Oh god, that is a big drop-off distance though. Well, really not that much happening here. The 1 single villager on the wood. Okay, that's 2 now. Is that enough for houses? Should be, right? But definitely not gonna be a blacksmith for MarineLord anytime soon. Mista is doing the same thing, however, so... Oh no, no, there's a 3rd villager. I think if you go up to 4, that should be enough for blacksmith. It's gonna take some time to finish this. There are 3 villagers for TheMista and 2 for MarineLord on the School of Cavalry. So really not hurrying up with this. Missed a little bit more so than MarineLord, so you'll have the knight first, but never enough to make a major dent. It's gonna be another scout from TheMista. Whereas for MarineLord, he's just finishing up, and I guarantee you he's not gonna make a scout. TheMista is the one with this. Whoa. Yeah, TheMista is the one that likes to do the professional scouts. He's doing it again. It's so expensive though. Is he gonna be able to keep that going? No, actually MarineLord is thinking about it too. Because he didn't get a lot of the sheep, right? So I think he has to. It's a good decision. Well, this is not how most people play this. Here comes the Royal Knight. It's gonna be meeting, you guessed it, a Royal Knight. Both players are just making the scouts. Oh my god. I'm entertained. They really don't want to fight. But like, imagine if one of the players had done cavalry production, I mean knight production, and just gone after the villagers on the gold mine. That would be so sick. You would completely deny it. And force the other guy into spears. Okay, we are gonna get survival techniques for both players. So strange, they're doing the same thing. Three knights each, they don't dare to go higher. Two knights versus one. Oh, they see it. They charge. Both of them go off. This guy has to run now. Mista's gonna be looking for a second charge somehow on the way out. Yeah, you'll get it. I thought this was a path, but no. I think he can get it if he positions nicely. Oh, the wolf is gonna be annoying. Okay, MarineLord has done the collection there. And he's getting another bunch. So coming in with the outpost. With so few knights so far. I wonder, guys, do you think this is the right way to play this? Or do you make just more knights and harass harder? Definitely makes for a very chill game, though. Huh. Corner hunt. Okay, Mista has now 5 knights here and 7 total. So for MarineLord. Where are the knights? Oh, they're going to harass. He only has 3 knights? What? Is he going fast H3? Oh my god, MarineLord might actually be going fast H3 and trying to get the knights upgraded. That is actually crazy. That is actually crazy. He's doing it. That's why he didn't make more knights. As long as he retreats, as long as he makes even just a little bit of outpost, he should definitely be spending that wood, however, on some production buildings. But anyway, he's got himself all of his hunt. Yeah, that's all his own hunt. Mista did as well. He has a good amount of knights, honestly. If MarineLord can fake it out a bit more, presenting more units than he really has. They don't see the score. Mista doesn't know that. And this is why it's so important that they're hiding the score, right? For the players. Because Mista, seeing that he's 500 score ahead, would instantly know that this is a fast H3. Whereas now, he would have to scout it with his actual scout unit. It would be very easy to spot because there's a good haul coming up, but he has no idea right now. So is MarineLord going to put down some extra buildings? Because Mista senses the blood in the water anyway. And he is going across. Where are the stables? Oh, one knight gets stuck by MarineLord. That is very painful for sure. So there's 2 stables and the barracks. Is that gonna be enough though? TheMista is showing no mercy. He's coming in. I think he's smelling it. Yeah, he scouted it now. So now is the time to attack for sure. He's not gonna do it though. Well, in a moment, there's gonna be 5 knights against 8 plus some spearmen coming in. Should MarineLord really take this fight though? I guess he's gonna get a kill. Oh, the TC targeting. 3 hit points on that knight. MarineLord losing 1 knight again to his control group mistakes. He's pulling back though. Okay, that's good. MarineLord is also going H3 with the Guild Hall, so I'm not sure that actually there's been an advantage here for MarineLord. He sacrificed so much in unit production to get this done. So let's see if he can get a timing here with the early knight upgrade. It's very cheap. He needs 125 gold there, and yeah, he's doing it. He's getting gold with the Guild Hall, which the more resources you have in there, it's gonna generate faster and faster. So right now it's, let's say how much it's generating right now. 20 resources every 20 seconds. There you go. And there goes TheMista, and he's getting his knight upgrade as well. Only gonna take 25 seconds. And he's getting actually food with that. He's got a blacksmith. Does MarineLord have a blacksmith? Doesn't look like it. Actually, the blacksmith would be a huge difference maker here. So he would not only be able to upgrade like melee armor, but he would get +2 attacks right away. Right? So that's insane. It's for free with France. You just have to have the actual building. And looks like MarineLord is actually trying to get a second town center somehow. But no blacksmith still. He's getting chivalry, he's gotten the knight upgrade. And he's gonna make more knights, I guess. Got some hardened spearmen, but they're not veteran spearmen yet. Only 90 hit points instead of 110. He's collected the resources pretty quickly. TheMista just has way more stuff. This is terrifying. So, is MarineLord going to be able to get that gold at all, ever? It's not looking good. TheMista keeps hitting him from both sides. Just playing this matchup better, I think. Like, the way TheMista decided to play this is just seemingly stronger. MarineLord having to idle his villagers non-stop to just get back on those resources. He has so many. He has so much wood in the bank. Where is he spending? Like, he could make 4 towers on both locations and just call it a day. Knights are not gonna be able to punch through that. Because we're looking at 53 villagers to 54, so it's not that bad. And actually a town center is gonna be brought up here. But TheMista has so many resources, he can pump those knights all day if he wants to, and he has the +2 upgrades from the blacksmith. MarineLord still forgetting that whole thing. And you can see the stat difference is 36 versus 38 attack. That's on the charge, so it gets lower once they pull out the swords. But we finally have veteran spearmen. This is still not producing. Okay, we're gonna see a lot more barracks now. But all that TheMista needs to do is add archers if he spots this. So. He hasn't done that yet. It's all stables. I guess it makes sense since it's already very, very upgraded knights. Nice, this is a very favorable fight for TheMista. 20 knights versus 6, it's over. Like, you can't come back from this. That's way too much of a loss, and MarineLord is dead. TheMista equalizes the series 2-2. Not sure what MarineLord was doing here, but it wasn't the right play for sure. Boulder Bay for the final game, it is. Should be MarineLord's pick, it makes a lot of sense. He is playing France. That's right. On the other side, we got in the yellow, this is TheMista. Going for that super early dock, playing the Abbasid Dynasty. Obviously, your docks are gonna be super cheap. 75 wood each, so he can make fishing ships right away from the get-go. As he's just harvesting wood and making a lumber camp. Rest of his villagers can be going to the sheep. However, at some point I've considered transitioning to like the shorefish. This is fairly close to the dock, right? So with the shorefish gathering being 1 per second rather than 0.75 from the sheep, I think it's worth transferring the villagers. Anyway, MarineLord is going to be doing his own dock. He's currently housed, but he's fixing it. Obviously on AoE 4, you can still make your 10th unit as you are at 10 supply or population. And he's got an excellent shoreline fish there. So the transition would make even more sense for MarineLord, especially once he has a little bit of eco to keep the villager production going. Would love to see it, but I wonder if these guys know about how valuable that is. Of course, it's risky at the same time because of the spearman meta on these kind of maps, but will it come to that here? Will these guys make a barracks close by somewhere? TheMista is making a quick mining camp and he's bringing home a ton of sheep right now. 7 sheep right now. And on the other side, MarineLord has already brought home some. He's got quite a few sheep as well. Let's see if you can find any in the middle, but it seems like TheMista has been here already, so no. It's gonna be a nope. Yeah, TheMista hasn't gone in his backside. I do think it's a better strat generally to go to the front. Yeah. So did I press some kind of color thing to make the colors change? Was it me or is it just the game? I'm so confused. I just don't know why he's yellow. He stayed yellow between the last game and this one. I didn't change my settings. So unless there's a hotkey for it. We should be seeing some Hulk gameplay very soon. Very, very soon now. But will TheMista be trying to match any of that on water? I do doubt that myself. House of Wisdom coming up. Well, I was prepared for the color switch, so we're fine. Yeah, it's looking like a naked... Oh, TheMista is going 2 town centers. So is the 2 town center play gonna be better than continuously making ships? We'll have to see how prepared MarineLord is for this situation. But if he keeps making fishing ships after nuking that dock area, he can go really far with that. Especially seeing as there has been no spearman play from either side. School of Cavalry coming down, of course. And the House of Learning is going to go through the economic wing. So that means that the TheMista will be probably researching the fresh foodstuffs, which is going to make it so that the villagers only cost 25 food instead of 50. And we've got a good little scout from MarineLord. He knows where to go now. We're going to see a second dock. It looks like no. Not sure that MarineLord actually has enough on wood to make a hook right away. I think actually it's just a no. It's gonna be slower to H2 than the TheMista, so it's possible that the TheMista will be able to just soar ahead in villagers here. Where's this one going? Is it the second dock? It's gotta be, right? Of course, MarineLord could just go for a fast H3 for whatever reason, but I don't think that's the play. Oh, MarineLord! Has he spotted that? Now it's too late for me to check, but if he has spotted that second dock, that's sick. Fortunately, the fog of war doesn't work properly, so. There we go, Mr. should have enough stone now. And we'll be slapping down that TC right away by the berries. Very good stuff. He's not gonna bother to make any combat ships or anything. And he's also kept his fishing ships here for confusion effect. So yeah, let's see what MarineLord does with that information. He won't be able to make a ship right away though. He's very heavily focusing on that gold. But oh, okay, he somehow made a hook. And at the same time, he's making a knight. Just shredding right across the map. Fresh food stuff is coming in. So these TCs will be producing for cheap very soon. Oh, he squeezed out a double hook? What? Where did those resources come from? What the hell? Well, that's nice for him. Especially if he can get the additional sales upgrade that's going to speed up the fishing ships too. Surprised that he's not going across the map to nuke those docks. I guess he's waiting for the 2 ships. Because then they can pretty much one-shot the fishing boats if they're synced. I don't think they need to be synced actually. 100 shots. 100 damage per shot. Doe is here. Not sure why Mr. made that. There's almost no point. Anyway, there's a knight, and it bullied the gold villagers. I don't think he got a kill with that just yet. Could be a barracks coming out from TheMista. There's the second Hulk. And is MarineLord getting the sales upgrade? No, he's just making more Hulks. TheMista just looking for that counter attack. But MarineLord is doing the spin to win. Keeping Mista off the gold. But there's a back gold mine. So Mista has done a really good placement here with that town center. Securing both the berries and... oh, he's getting a little bit from this berry bush. Is this still gonna fully upgrade it? Oh, guys. If you have already been gathering from the berry bush... I'm not sure it works properly. What's going on with that one? That didn't get upgraded. Okay. Well, MarineLord is going after the docks now. And there's gonna be more Hulks, so he's more than able to defend against these bunch of those. Not gonna be able to do much. MarineLord might as well just go H3 and upgrade his knights and stomp. As Mista is... maybe he's gonna be actually ahead on that timing? That's insane. Yeah, he's been doing such a good job of gathering from these shoreline fish. While his dock is threatened. Has MarineLord just not made enough ships? Oh my goodness, he's only got 4 fishing ships, 5 now. That's not enough. Mista has had a bigger economy for a long time, and he's going to go H3. And while that, his villagers are gonna be completely gathering. So unlike MarineLord, he doesn't have to build the landmarks. So that's a really nice little advantage for the Abbasid here. It's gonna be the culture wing next. So we got... ooh, I don't know these upgrades very well. We got preservation of knowledge, which is supposed to be this. Reduce the cost of all technology by 30%. Insane. We got medical centers. Should be this. Keeps heal nearby units for +2 health every second. And it doesn't look like they need to be idle for that one, based on this tooltip. We've got faith. It's this. Okay. So, imams can convert units without holding a relic, but can only target a single unit. Ooh. Well, we have to wait for that for the Imperial Age anyway. And I guess one fishing boat is gonna go down. MarineLord is walling heavily. He's very, very far away from going H3. Where is the fishing ship pump? It's got so many hulks. But yeah, guys, at this point, when you win water, you're gonna want to pump those fishing ships like there's no tomorrow, because they gather so fast from these sources, and you don't really need 1200 wood anyway, right? So you can spend that. You can transfer some villagers off of wood because you've won the water. Yeah, right, it's yours now. You spend the rest on a bunch of fishing ships, and then you just get to the next stage. You're gonna see a lot of barracks. And I think MarineLord is gonna chill on the cavalry for now, as TheMista is pumping out a ton of spearmen. He's got 3 barracks right now. He's got a market here, so you can make caravans whenever. And from TheMista, I totally expect to see some camel riders. Oh, people figured out how Mista chose yellow. You pick a team that's not team 2, because it's preset for each team. I see. So the fishing ships are gathering from the hulk, right? That's how this works. Oh my god. Okay, where is that? Oh, yeah, Abbasid also. Your infantry can make the siege weapons, at least springles and mangonels. So that's pretty good. That springle is super weak though. Oh, it's not been made, right? Look the same. Anyway, MarineLord has pulled off wood, and he is making the guild hall. We're gonna see a lot of barracks. You know, that might be actually for men-at-arms. I would really like that to be men-at-arms. We see more and more barracks from Mista, so the proxy production is beginning. You'll break through the palisades super fast. And yeah, there are the men-at-arms coming out. Better make a blacksmith, dude. It's +2 for free. Siege workshop is coming in too. And springles are going to be a really nice way to deal with those men-at-arms. Let's see if TheMista can get some upgrades going. He's got the first melee upgrade done. He's gonna hit a little bit harder. He's not really using the barracks in the back here though, I think. Yeah, he's got 7 barracks, but it's not the ones he uncontrolled grouped them probably. Oh, those houses are going down fast, man. Damn, dude. Is that gonna get MarineLord housed? He already is housed, and it's gonna get much worse in a moment. He's got a bunch of men-at-arms, but they're not that many yet. He's 1 armor behind and 1 attack behind, I think. Yeah, it's 14 versus 13. Okay, he's actually 1 attack upgrade ahead, 1 armor behind, but is he gonna be able to engage this anytime soon? He's producing the best he can. MarineLord is making houses very, very quickly as a desperation move. And unfortunately for MarineLord, the hulks are now completely useless. All they do is deny the fishing economy to TheMista, who's currently 63 villagers to 66, so it's pretty even. And there come the men-at-arms. Mista's gonna run. Does he really need to, right? He's got 11 men-at-arms himself versus 15, and he's got 4 springolds. 5 now. Gonna see a bit of springold versus springold action. But MarineLord is losing a lot himself. Oh my goodness, that's enough to one-shot. Is Mista gonna advance here through the bracket? I think MarineLord is toast, guys. This is way too few units. He hasn't prepared for this properly, it seems. Mista's attack is just a little bit too powerful, and there's 19 villagers idle in MarineLord's town center while Mista is happily gathering away in his home base. He's won the fight. The springolds are wrecking the men-at-arms, and the battery ram is still alive. He's making more springolds in the MarineLord's face. I think Mista can even afford further rams if he wants to finish this faster. Wow, every spinning rod that comes out just immediately gets shot down. And MarineLord has to give up, is knocked out of the tournament. The rank 1 player on the ladder, TheMista, takes the game and moves on to the semi-finals. Wow. Age of Mythology players go. Turns out TheMista was the better player. By just a little bit. But damn, MarineLord made this a really close series. Really unfortunate to get those 2 losses back to back. But he did a good job, and he's still gonna walk away with $750. TheMista is going up a bracket though, and he's gonna be looking at 1,500 at the very least.